Can you hear me now? All right, there we go. I didn't know what was up with that. All right. You guys should be able to hear me now. Hey, what up, chat? So this is a bit of a surprise. Uh, Instead of going out and working tonight, I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna bite the bullet. On my channel, we've been talking about my the new channel I started, which is the Flaw vs. All reviews, and Um, normally this is the stuff that we do on like a Patreon reward, but since we're stripping Patreon and we're starting fresh, the Patreon is gonna be solely for the Flaw vs. All review as a main focus. I mean, supporting overall is gonna keep the streams going on Sunday following the episode and other stuff we do, but my main priority is Flaw vs. All review. So we're going to build up Patreon, and one of the perks is going to be the behind the scenes of putting together some of the reviews. Anyhow, you guys can hear me good though. So this is the starting at the very beginning of doing a Last of Us episode 1 Flaw vs. All review, and the idea behind it is on the Flaw vs. All channel, it's going really good. I just noticed we got another bump, and we're 9 subscribers away from hitting 500. Like I said, and then that's our first little step. But the biggest step is hitting that 1,000 subscriber. Once we hit that 1,000 mark, it unlocks stuff in the back end. I can do custom thumbnails, I think, on YouTube Shorts, which is rough because YouTube Shorts bring in a good amount of people actually that subscribe. However, I can't do thumbnails. So when you get stuck with an automated thumbnail, that's terrible. Nobody watches the short. But when you get stuck with a cool thumbnail like the up close Chucky face, it's his face really big, and it says, what's Scream's original title. A lot of people don't know that Scream's original title was Scary Movie, so that got a lot of traction, but that's because it has a really big thumbnail image, and it's Chucky, and it's, it's kind of like, wait, what does that have to do with it? So it's just going to help hitting 1,000 subscribers on the Flaw vs. All. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to pull up my list here for... I'm going to do some typing. I'm going to pull up my list for... my notebook, I should say. Let me pop out the chat. We'll put chat on the side here. I'm going to pull up my notebook. So some of this is going to get a little quiet when I'm watching the episode because it's like kind of like a watch party. If you guys want to watch the episode with me, I'll talk to you about the notes that I'm taking, but and also give me suggestions. You guys, if you guys think this would be a kind of a cool perk to do for a Patreon perk. And again, it would likely be at a minimum one of them a week, because you need to have that initial run through with a movie or show to get your notes together. Let me see, what do we got here? Oh yeah, I gotta go live chat. And I think I can get rid of the movie one. Let's do the show. I made a little, I don't know if you guys care to see. I made a little, you guys let me know what you prefer on the screen. This is going to be the notes that I'm typing out. I noticed I did one for The Boys, episode 1. I totally forgot that too. I wrote a script for The Boys. This is like my rough draft script, but I guess I ditched it. All right, so we're going to get started here. Oh, I got to pull the footage for... The idea, though, is kind of cool. I hope it works out. I already ripped episode 1 and episode 2. So if we get a good amount of traction with episode 1, we might be able to do an episode 2 and mix it in with, it'll be a bonus. I already have February is already, you guys are getting on the Flaw vs. All, no matter what, you're getting Halloween, the first Friday in February, and then Halloween 2018, then Kills, then Ends. And that's the 4 Fridays in February. So for every week, you're going to get a Flaw vs. All no matter what. But the Last of Us would be a bonus. So it'll drop whenever it's done. And the Halloween Ends is a totally new Flaw vs. Saw that doesn't have any touch ups. The whole thing 100% is new. All right, let me see here. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear some of it, but I just can't show it.
Influenza.
Because of air travel.
You let me know if you can hear it. All right, so this is.
And that's your biggest worry.
This is episode 1.
Every day, isn't it?
I gotta label them real quick. Hold on. I'm just getting this done. We'll do 101. Oh, come on. Last of Us 101. Let me save that. Rename. All right. Do I still have a file? I wonder if I have a file for... Let me see what chat's up to, though. How's chat doing tonight? You can hear me? I thought the watch shop scene was an opportunity for the shop wife to say, watch out. You never played the game? You should. The game is awesome. Well, originally I had 2 thumbnails. One was watch party, one was commentary, but I changed it at the very last minute to making a YouTube review because I wasn't unsure. I was not sure about people showing up for a watch party because I'm gonna be stopping it. You know, I have to stop it to take the notes and I have to structure it. So, I mean, if you guys think a watch party sounds better, I can throw that up in the title quick. And maybe I'll just change it later. That's not what I wanted. But we'll see. I just didn't want people showing up being like, wait a minute, this isn't a watch party. There we go. Watch party Last of Us. There we go. No, I don't want to do that. Let me see. I gotta move my file and then I'm good to go. Flaw vs. All reviews. Nope. There we go. Video locker. Full shows. Last of Us. Let's do a new folder. The Last of Us. Oh, come on. I hate leaving the caps lock on. All right. What's up, Ronnie? It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Holy shit, you drunk? Currently playing God of War. Oh, nice. Listening to the stream. I'm loving Last of Us so far. I love how similar yet different it is from the game. So far, The Last of Us, I know it's... When you go back and play the game, you notice a good chunk of it that's missing. That's character interaction. And some of it is smaller stuff that it's hard to recreate, but you're getting it from playing the actual game. Like when you go back and replay it, there's actually quite a bit of little pieces that's just totally gone. Now, the thing though is, I like the fact that it has a lot of it that's brought right from the game. However, in the same strength, I guess there's that little bit that's missing, little bit that's changed around that I do feel like it probably would have benefited the show having it in there. And I mean, you know, like they didn't originally expect the first episode to be the first 2 episodes. They combined 2 into 1. So if you think about it now, if you would have had the first episode be the first episode and then the second episode be split into 2, giving us more time with Tess, just as a quick idea, I think that right there, you know, jumps it up some. Or even the second episode being an extended episode where we get just a little bit more with Tess. I think that could have really helped. Because even in the game, it happens quickly, but you're with her longer. You know what I mean? You're with Tess for hours, you know? not crazy, just a couple hours, but you're in it. You get a good. There's a whole Robert stuff. There's traveling with Marlene. You're traveling with Ellie with Tess. Like there's this whole combination of you're probably with Tess for like 3 hours, right, in the game. So some of that I felt like it could have benefited, but I do still like that it is very close. I hate when they change it too much because then it gets to
Because of air travel.
then it gets to the argument. What's the point? Yeah, I played The Last of Us on part 2 on the PS5.
And that's your biggest worry.
And I love it.
But most probably something similar
The
to
gameplay, the 60
Because of air
frames.
travel.
Through the
That's the only way to play
Hopefully,
games nowadays.
I meant
You know?
on planes.
It
That
looks
was something you
amazing.
described in your book.
Yes, a new virus
All
from
right.
Madagascar, say, could be in Chicago within a matter of weeks, and we end up with a global pandemic. Pan meaning the whole world becomes sick all at once.
And you guys, I can imagine, it can
And
hear
Dr.
the
Newman, you're also an
episode.
epidemiologist. I presume the prospect of a viral pandemic keeps you up at night as well.
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, that's our show.
No, mankind has been at war with the virus from the start. Sometimes millions of people die, as in an actual war, but in the end, we always win.
But you, just to be clear, you do think microorganisms pose a threat.
I don't know how
In
to.
most dire terms.
Bacteria.
No.
You like saying no.
Yes.
Not bacteria, not viruses, so
Fungus. Yes, that's the usual response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not
I
to
don't know
kill,
if I like
but
the
to control. Let me ask
1968
you,
intro.
where do we get LSD from?
where do you get it from?
It comes from ergot, a fungus. Psilocybin, also a fungus. Viruses.
You know, even rewatching it now, it just seems like a. You could probably say that, it's a creative little introduction to kind of set up the viewer. But when I sit back and think about it, I didn't need setup, right away as a video game player. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I see a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, put the scene in here and this, that, and the third," and what's the word I'm looking for? It helps spell it out. And I'm thinking like, I don't need it spelled out though. And that's one thing I find frustrating with the zombie genre is I think a lot of people in Hollywood treat it like we're stupid or we have to know every bit and bob, like right from the rip to get it going. Even the old zombie ones, when they were setting up the lore, George Romero did that. Look at Dawn of the Dead. In the very beginning, they have newscasters. This is what's going on. They bite, they grow, they get up, they attack. You know what I'm saying? So when you have these introductions, you do have to juggle setting up the rules of the world at the same time, doing something that feels organic and it fits. And I think my thing with this is I don't think it feels organic, I'm not really sure how they could have changed that, but it just feels like random and out of place. Just like with episode 2's intro. I didn't mind it when I first watched it. When I rewatched the episode though, I think in my review I did say it felt, I didn't mind it, but it felt pointless. Same. Now when I rewatch it, those like this scene and the other scene feels totally pointless, I get it. There's a couple people in chat that like it, I mean, it's in the show. You got it. So it is what it is. But I just feel like with even next week, and I did hear next week is supposed to be an amazing episode, but I just feel like there's so much to tell. Give me this 5 minutes back. It's not
Diseases
even
can
5
make us
minutes.
ill, but fungi can alter our very minds. There's a fungus that infects insects, gets inside.
I don't want to split my screen, so I'm just going to take handwritten
system
notes.
to the ant's brain and then floods it with hallucinogens. Thus,
Now, one thing I will say though
its will.
is don't forget when I'm doing the Flaw vs. All review, I don't necessarily say like sometimes you have to lean into it and say, this is how I felt. Love it or hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's getting points. That's why it's getting points deducted. However, when it comes to review and stuff, I do my best for the Flaw vs. All. I do my best to say, like for the after show, it's what I love and what I hate, and that's it. But I really do try to lean into maybe not every single person out there because that's impossible, but what are the masses most likely going to go for? So for example, with the intro, although I do find it out of place somewhat, I don't know if it would necessarily get a point, but it would be something that would be more along the lines of, more along the lines of a positive than a negative as far as like an intro. For me right now, it's sitting as like a meh, but it's not a negative is what I'm saying. Although for me personally, it's a negative. You get what I'm saying? And I think the main reason is because it just doesn't feel organic.
Where to go, what to do.
Thanks
like
for the
a
super chat.
puppeteer with a marionette.
AI art
And
generators
what's
are
worse,
creepy.
the
I
fungus
hate
needs food
AI.
to live, so
One
it
little,
begins to
one little. Speaking of AI, I can't stand artificial intelligence art generators. This is this is one thing that I feel is going to kill YouTube. What's getting more and more popular? I don't know if you guys trust me. In a year, everyone's going to be talking about it. Right now, one of the maybe it is more popular than I'm aware of. But in case you haven't realized it, some of these get rich quick people are actually teaching people to start YouTube channels, multiple channels, take lazy topics, and put it through an AI generator. So if you're watching a YouTube Shorts and you see all these AI generated voices and they're talking about the scene in movies or the behind the scenes clip, there's a lot of people, because I'm even getting a lot of people coming up to me with asking for thoughts and opinions, and all of them are just AI generated. They got 16 channels and they're just grabbing, like they'll grab, like one guy straight up admitted he grabbed a behind the scenes, like, Friday the 13th book, for example, and he's just straight ripping, typing like paragraphs and then throwing up, I don't know how the AI generator thing works, but it just picks the art, or maybe you put in, but the AI voice generates the vocals and you just slap in 3 or 4 images of Jason and that's it. So even lately I've been scrolling through and I'm getting so many, like 4 out of 10 shorts is an AI voice of some cheap friggin', and that thing, I feel like for shorts, it's probably gonna flood them the worst just because it's so easy. I mean, it's a lot harder to make like a 10-20 minute review doing AI, but just watch. If that isn't, if YouTube doesn't put a pin in that, I hate AI. I don't want a robot, doing anything. I want a person, because you get the person's charisma. There's just something about a person putting it together. That for art, it could look cool, whatever. But for a person putting it together, it just has more charisma to it.
Replacing the ant's flesh with its own, but it doesn't let its victim die. No, it keeps its puppet alive by preventing decomposition. How? Where do we get penicillin from?
Fungus.
Oh.
Dr. Schoenheis, you're in distress.
Fungal infection of this kind is real, but not in humans.
True, fungi cannot survive if its host's internal temperature is over 94 degrees. And currently, there are no reasons for fungi to evolve to be able to withstand higher temperatures. But what if that were to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer?
Do you think we'll be living in a Last of Us world would be tougher than the Walking Dead world we'll see? Yeah, I think Last of Us would be tougher than the Walking Dead.
Aspergillus, any one of them could become capable.
Maybe not World War Z, but they're kind of ridiculous in
not
that.
of millions of us, but
Quiet
billions
Place, you're
of us.
dead.
Billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
Can't wait for a show with a robot
So if that
zombie
happens-
theme.
We lose.
See, I would love some more fun choices like that.
We'll be back.
Someone just saying, screw it. Robots, zombies, bam. I'm going to have to skip the intro just so the channel doesn't get slapped with I don't know what to do with the theme. I think for the pilot, what I did with The Walking Dead, I think for the pilot, the theme, the intro for a first introduction gets a point. but I don't think I credit it for the rest. I think that's how I credit the shows. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I feel like The Last of Us is a Walking Dead killer. Now, someone asked me recently how I felt about the first episode of The Walking Dead. You guys asked me during my stream, and I was hesitant, if I remember right. I think I don't remember what I picked, but I know I was hesitant. However, rewatching episode 1, I'm gonna have to pick The Walking Dead. I want to lean more into The Last of Us because it's newer, it should be fresher. It's but for a first episode, uh, I just can't. When I look back at it, The Walking Dead is just gonna leave a far greater impression. The first episode. Than the first episode of The Last of Us TV show. It just hits. And maybe that's because I already know the game story. I don't know. But for me, it hits. Now, it's a modern day Walking Dead killer. Absolutely, without a doubt. $2003, man. What was that, 1968? Fear the Walking Dead shit, in my opinion. Sam, I don't understand your question. They have flashback intro scenes in both episodes. Well, they have it in the first one. Are you saying you think they have one in the second? No, I don't think that's the case, Sam. Logically, if they did do that, they're dumb because it doesn't make any sense. To start off the whole series, you have a flashback to 1960, but it doesn't make any logical sense to stop the story dead and do another flashback. So no, I don't think the flashbacks were cut out. If they were, I'm glad because that sounds hideously ridiculous. You know what I mean? What up, Mega Dr. Dre?
You get your.
I am gonna flaw the baby daddy, and that's a baby daddy different than what you think. I'm just sick of seeing it. Some people are probably not gonna care. They're probably gonna love it, but I'm so sick of seeing the generic. The dad is the baby, and the kids are running the show. You know what I mean? It's always the same old shit. Like, every time we get a single dad or dad doing it alone. He's an absolute bumbling, fumbling mess, and the kid is suddenly an adult. So it's getting a slap for that. That's about the end.
Fractions.
It's not a bad intro. Yeah, I liked it, but
36.
two flaws with it.
Who says I don't already?
She's just too old. Sarah was much younger. It had more of an impact.
Lovely.
I don't know, man. It was so much more of a punch in the gut.
It would have been.
And we now know she was cast because her mother works for HBO. So
Who loves you?
He's depending on me.
it doesn't matter
I think it's the same.
to them.
It's definitely the same. I thought we was having pancakes.
Tommy's great
Picking
though.
something up on the road. Concrete guy's gonna be there?
Yeah, they said maybe.
Maybe. We can't frame until we pour. We're not getting paid until we frame.
Well, we could bring someone else on, get the job done faster.
No,
Wait,
no.
what did he say? We can't frame until we pour.
We'll pick you something up on the road. Concrete guy's gonna be there?
Yeah, they said maybe.
Maybe. We can't frame until we pour. We're not getting paid until we frame.
Well, we could bring someone else on, get the job done faster.
No, no. I'm not splitting this job. I barely want to split it with you.
Oh, all right. I think I heard that wrong. I actually used to frame houses, so I get what he means by that. Well, I'm sure most people do. You know what I mean?
We could work a double.
Literally, today.
Oh, no,
I thought I heard something
Nine,
different the
right?
first time, though.
Yeah.
I'll bring back a cake. I promise. Jakarta. Where is that, Middle East?
It doesn't ring a bell. It's definitely a country. Maybe part of Asia.
Jakarta isn't a country. Being a part of Asia isn't mutually exclusive with being a country, and in fact, it's the capital of Indonesia.
Shit. Hope for us yet.
All right. Finish up quick, we'll drop you off.
I'm still eating my eggshells.
You got 7 minutes.
Your t-shirt's inside out.
Shit. I'm losing it.
What's the point with the knife? I think I forget now. Does he use the knife later? Does he have the knife?
Hey, neighbor.
Oh, hi.
Connie was asking after you. Said you hadn't been over in a while.
You know what I just realized? I think I just punched myself in the dick on this. Had I remembered what I just realized, I would not be doing Last of Us Flaw vs. Saw. I don't know why I didn't even think about this. I shouldn't be doing Last of Us Flaw vs. Saw. The reason I stopped doing modern day Walking Dead Flaw vs. Saw is because there would be like some sort of setup, and we didn't quite know what it was, so I wasn't able to grade it as a pro or a con. So when I'm doing this Flaw vs. Saw, like, it helps that hopefully I'm going to know where some of this is going to go. Like, obviously, the watch and the daughter and how that connects to Ellie and later. But some of it, like, whatever, for whatever weird reason, what if there's a connection later with that knife? And here's a setup scene. I'm going to skip right over it. It's not, but what if there's, I can't imagine there's going to be, but just to give you an example, that's the one problem with TV shows. That's why I was doing the show. That's why I started doing the Walking Dead in the current seasons. But then I stopped and I went back and did the first season and finished that. Simply because when they do setups, they don't pay it off sometimes for, multiple episodes. So what I think what I might have to do, if we say screw it and go for the this might even be funner, I guess. If there's any setup that I miss, what I can do is at the end, and I did this for The Walking Dead, is I did a season overview, Flaw vs. Saw video, but I didn't count any points. But what I'll do for The Last of Us is, if we missed any setup, when I round up the points for the full season and rate it as a season, because if you forget with the TV shows, what I did is, each individual episode is graded, and then at the end of a season, we would rate the entire season, pacing, story, yada, 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 as one piece of cinema. So what I'll do is, if I miss any setup that's a plus or a negative, we'll update the score. Because this is different than the movies. The movies go graded on a shelf. The shows don't. The shows just have a scoring system that's on the screen. So maybe I can do that, maybe I'll do that. Slaps of wisdom. Yeah, just do the watch party.
I could come by after school, but just for like a little bit.
She'll take what you got. Y'all can, hey, whatever. Speaking of, we got a lot of extra here. Y'all want some biscuits?
Well, I'll think about it. I can always tweak it. The TV show Flaw vs. Saw doesn't have to be in the same one-for-one beat with the show. I'm sorry, with the movie.
You know what? We gotta run, but Sarah will be by later. She'll stay as long as you want.
Neighbor's setup is good, though.
Great. I'll let Connie know.
Solid.
Tell you how exciting it was listening to that fucking conversation.
Check that out.
I like Tommy.
Happy birthday to you.
I want you to write this diagram out exactly as I have it. Always subject and predicate, verb and noun. Okay, the sentence is where are you going? Subject is you. You are going. Predicate, where, adverb. You see it? Okay, have some nods, shaking of heads. I swear you will use this later in life. Believe me, that's why you're here. Okay? So, use the subject or going, predicate, verb. Yes, you need to know this. Yes, it's on your test next week. Homework is due. End of class tomorrow.
Some of this is a bit filler, though. However, they gotta show passage of time. She had some wild ass hair though. I like her hair, it's cool. I wonder why they have this scene of her sat in school just for passage of time. That's what I mean by filler, but it's almost necessary with how they're doing it. In a way, I almost would have preferred an image of outside of school, and you can hear like, you know, school sounds, a bell ring.
That's it?
But something is funky, like that we're looking at. Maybe like someone getting arrested, and there's like a little like off to the side, and like that's what we're supposed to be focusing on. But then the kids exit the school. Just because her sitting in class, it's like, come on. But I get why it's there, because they were leaving for school. She can't be in the watch shop. It doesn't make sense. What did she do? Go to, you know, school and then directly to the watch shop instead?
We're closing. مشان تسمع we're done for today.
It's 3:15. We close at 7.
كنت عم بحكي على التليفون مع اختي ما عندك
And this bit was kind of stupid though. The
I'm already finished.
she's all crazed, like scared, and she sends a little girl outside just with go home. You know what I mean? Like don't go near any strangers or anyone that looks funky. Go right home. She doesn't even say, like, listen, there's something going on. You need to get home.
There you are, sweetie.
Sorry.
I was getting worried.
I was getting something for my dad. Hi, Mercy. Hey, is everything okay? Like, on the news?
Like what, hun?
Well, no, there was just a lot of police and stuff on the road today.
Well, that's true every day, isn't it? People out there need to get right with Jesus. 3 nails plus 1 cross equals 4 given. I was thinking we'd make some cookies.
Chocolate chip?
Raisin.
See, when I'm putting this together and thinking about why it should get a point, I think for the 1968 opener, I think a good way to put it, a good way to word it, in my opinion, yeah, I don't like the tendrils. A good way to word it is, you know, it's in 1968, and that's to show that, you know, the science behind, you know, funguses and cordyceps and you know, the viruses and how they work. It's an aged topic. Now, I don't know if they knew about the cordyceps, the zombie ant, in 1968. We'd probably have to look that up. I got a sneaking suspicion they didn't know. That would be like a big what the fuck, but. That's how I would say it's not organic when I build the review. It's not necessarily organic, but it's necessary in the way that they break down the rules of the world. But taking place in 1968 helps to show that this is an aged topic. It's not like 2003 we're weirdly talking about cordyceps and then, oh no, suddenly an outbreak. You know what I mean? That would be stupid. So it's probably good that they did it in you know, years, decades earlier.
I don't know why I talked to her. She's completely dead.
Be right there.
I like that, though. I like that. Creepy old lady in the
Hey, Mrs.
background.
Adler? Could I borrow this?
Oh. Yeah, sure. It's one of Danny's.
You know what? My dad's gonna be back real soon. I should go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, you're taking some cookies.
I also credit the... I messed up my paper. I do credit some of the pacing here. Now, in the school, they did this, like, you know, ominous music, and she was looking across at just another schoolmate clicking her hand or pen or something. Those moments I can't stand when they do like the ominous, oh no. And the reason I can't stand it is because when you have something that's supposed to be like a scary show, every few minutes you have to put in, or at least Hollywood thinks you do, ominous music or somebody looking like, and then you know, like, hey, what are you doing? You know, and they do that because there's a name for it. I talk about it in my Friday Flaw vs. Saw, but it's a recurring what is it? There's a name for it, but it's to keep the tension on top and always present. Like it with Friday the 13th, you always see like a point of view of Jason, even though it makes no sense. He's just like watching them. He's not going to attack for another 30 minutes, but he's watching them. That's only to remind the viewer that it's scary, it's tense. So the one moment in school was stupid, but this whole moment I do like. I like how they keep the tension at the neighbors. The old granny face. I gotta stop pausing it. I'm gonna try to write faster. Encouraging community. Nothing really yet, other than some of the more common zombie stuff. Listen, I tell you what, there's something that still hasn't been done in the zombie genre, and I'm itching to get to it because I feel like it's a gold mine, you know? And one day I'll explain when we get there.
Long time watcher here. You might remember me. I'm loving your coverage on this show. Much love from Pittsburgh.
Hey, Pittsburgh, home of the George Romero zombies. I think that's his home too. That's why they were filmed there. I don't know if that's where he was born, but it's definitely where they filmed. Thank you very much for the super chat, Robert. Appreciate that. I'm glad you're liking the coverage of the show. People are telling me I'm starting to get in their notifications finally again.
Come on, man.
I'll get us one tomorrow.
Swear, or you don't get your present.
You got me a present?
Swear.
All my life. Wow.
Fixed it for you.
Did you?
What?
I don't hear anything.
That was lame. You're lame.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better when I do.
It was only $20, which I stole from you. I could have stolen 60, but I put the change back because I'm an honest thief.
Hmm.
Besides, it's the thought that counts. And you were never gonna do it for yourself, so.
Thank you.
Oh, there's one more. Borrowed from the Adlers.
Oh, this is the one with the deleted scenes.
Yeah, imagine how bad those have to be. Come on, pop it in. Let's do your birthday.
I do like the movie, watching the movie, because it's mentioned.
Don't fall asleep.
You know, it's mentioned in the game. Not this one, but she drug him to see like a rom-com or zombie, you know, not werewolf love movie or something. But popping that in the, because you know later they're going to run into a movie poster, and it's going to be of this movie. You know what I mean? So...
Hello?
I mean, if they don't, I'll be shocked, because that's hella, you know, the setup's already there.
But I'm in jail. God damn it. What's my fault this time? I was at the bar.
Yeah, healing through cinema. That's why in Doomsday Kingdom, later we're going to see a part that breaks down, but community tries to work together. However, in a lot of the first, 30 issues, because you see it in a different way.
God damn it, Tommy.
A lot of it's like just super fucked up. Because look what people do now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Idiot.
If shit hit the fan, it's gonna get bad. Like, people are selfish and disgusting, and it's always with inside them all the time. So if you think people are gonna pull together, you're crazy. No, Sam, I don't. The rules aren't set up like that, where when you kill one infected, all the infected die. I would be shocked if they do that, because it's not set up like that right now. But if they do that, that's really dumb. But I just can't see it. I just don't see it. Hollywood would do stupid shit like that, but that's, I don't know. That just seems outside the. They took the explosion out from the game. I think that was dumb.
Dad?
But otherwise, this is a cool build-up moment. But going to the TV and having that explosion outside down the street, that's such a cool moment. I can't believe it's not in the show.
Indoors. Law enforcement and emergency services are in the area and will be in contact with further instructions. Stay indoors. Law enforcement.
Easy. Easy, Mercy. What are you doing out here, boy?
No, Okatron, you're talking about two different things, though. The context of Joel mentions they go to the city because Joel and Tommy are just trying to calm down Sarah. They don't know, you know what I mean? And the game isn't telling us that's what it's from. It's totally ambiguous. Even in the show, Joel doesn't know, he's just trying to calm down Sarah. So when I'm saying the show doesn't outright tell us or mention it, I don't mean like, a character doesn't mention it. I mean, the show is not telling us this is exactly what it's from. You can pick little hints, but for right now, we don't have a definitive, this is it, with the first episode. People are talking about the flower plant, but I don't buy that either, because we have no other information. Angel, I prefer I think the Walking Dead pilot is better as well.
Mrs. Adler?
However, it's tough because the Walking Dead pilot is you're in the world, boom, 5 minutes you're in. This is very different. This is like half of the movie, half of the first episode, if not more, is building up to being in the world. So I think you could pick favorites, but that's why I'm a bit hesitant, because it's just not fair. You know what I mean, story-wise. But when you want to compare them, yeah, The Walking Dead has it. First episode, anyway. And hold up, I've seen people, and I gotta say, even people that I like criticized her finding blood. And here's one thing that frustrates me with reviewers, where I see a lot of reviewers criticize characters because the character doesn't automatically assume it's a zombie. And I get really frustrated with that type of review, because these are old people. She doesn't know that they fell down and hurt themselves. Why would she ever think, oh man, there's some type of, mutant creature, zombie, motherfucking dog that's going to rip my face off? I can understand if she was thinking maybe there's a burglar or something, some sort of break-in, or, yeah, all right, get out of there. But I would immediately assume old people, they fell down or they hurt themselves, cut themselves, something, I wouldn't automatically go, oh man, they're crazed and rabid. So I've seen reviewers knock her for finding blood and not running away, but I don't buy that at all. Here I would start getting more suspicious. Like, wait a minute, what happened to your neck, But they're old. I would still be like, oh shit, what, you alright, This reminds me of Resident Evil a little bit. The first zombie. I did an homage to that too in Doomsday Kingdom. It's just why not? It's a great bit. At first I thought she was chewing on hair.
Truck! Right now! Move! What are we doing, Joe?
Sounded like he said Joe, didn't it? What are we doing, Joe? Did he forget?
Get in the truck! Right now! Move!
Yeah, fallen zombies also. A little on the silly side. Not all the time.
What are we doing, Joe?
Yeah, he says Joe, bro.
What are we doing, Joe?
Maybe Joel. That sure sounds like Joe.
Baby, I'm sorry.
Joel, we gotta go.
Sarah, listen to me. It's not just the Adlers. But we're gonna be brave, and we're gonna get out of this.
Hey, let's go, come on.
Get in.
Joel!
Denise, you get back inside the house! You lock your doors now!
Come on, get in.
Here's one thing. Changing this intro is, a friend of mine mentioned this, and I do agree it is a bit stupid now that I rewatch it. In the game, the Adlers break into their home, so automatically you don't feel safe. You've already been attacked. The male Adler, like a working middle-aged guy, in like a, I forget, like a, didn't he have like a button-down shirt and like pants? Anyway, he breaks into the glass. So now the house, the security of the house, the house has been breached. If he ran in and he's crazed, there could be more. So when Tommy comes and picks them up and they get out of there, it makes a lot more sense. The house is not safe. They just don't want to be there. Maybe there's somewhere that's safe. Screw it. We're going to go and look. This doesn't have that same vibe. Now, maybe you can say, like, oh, well, the neighbors are infected, so they want to get away from what's infected. All right, but then he tells his neighbor to go back inside. Why wouldn't he tell her, like, listen, shit is crazy. Go inside or get out of here, you know? He tells her to go inside, but he leaves. So, but yeah, a friend mentioned that, and when I think about it, rewatching this, it does come off a little clunkier than in the game. In the game, it fit much better.
Get your seatbelt on. Hold on. You take 70. 70.
I love this part, though. Very similar to the game.
Daddy,
We don't know.
They're saying it's a virus, some kind of parasite.
is it from terrorists?
We don't know.
Are we sick?
No, of course not.
Why did things blow up?
No cell phone, no radio. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know we're not sick?
They're saying it's mostly people in the city. That's why they got the highway blocked off. God. It's Jimmy's place.
The Adlers would take Nana into the city, to the hospital for stuff.
See right here.
It would. That's probably why.
They're trying to convince Sarah not to freak out. It's city people that's infected.
You'd have to go a lot.
The characters aren't saying,
Fine,
oh,
trust
it's
me.
definitely from the city. Because, they don't know. They're just trying to calm her down. Relax her, son.
What are you doing?
Got a kid.
Yeah, Mega OZ. Listen to what you're saying. They confirmed the flower thing, I'm pretty sure. I've seen it all over Twitter. And show me proof. And I'll accept it, but show me proof. Just because people are talking about it on Twitter. I've been in the online fan base for 10 years now, and I think it's made me an asshole because we always see this where fans are like, they'll hear a line in a show and they'll be like, oh, that's it, definitely, you know. If they confirm it, someone put a link and say it, and I'll be like, okay, done. But until then, I'm not going to take, like, you know, people said it on Twitter, or even Troy Baker. If he said it in his thing, then go get his podcast and tell me what minute, and I'll go and look at it.
Shit. Fucking army.
Isn't that good?
It's good for them, but that's the highway we're trying to get to.
All right, keep moving. Head north.
Could be a lot of people.
We can't go south. We can't go east. We can't go west. How else are we supposed to go? Tommy, come on! Yeah, I know that place. This can work.
Yeah, but then what?
I don't know. Mexico. Just far. As far as we can. How much gas?
3/4 tank.
Go through town. Golf course by the river, straight across. We pick up the highway on the other side of the blockade. Then we're out.
Yeah, Mr. Midnight, I don't think splatter matters anymore.
Maybe it's everywhere. Maybe there's nowhere to go.
Could be an Easter egg. I thought it was an Easter egg at first for Halloween, believe it or not. It sounded like the neighbors from Halloween. What is it, Anderson? Is it Cooper in the game? I don't know.
Gotta go around. Grab something.
I wasn't a fan of the shrapnel flipping the car. I prefer the car crash better. Cody, it has to be. The fungus alerting the horde and commenting in a show, it must be. They already established that's how it works. So that needs to be the case.
Are you serious? Just keep going!
Back.
Tommy, go faster! You gotta
There's nowhere to fucking go. Find an alley.
What alley? There's people everywhere. Move the fuck over! Gotta get off this street, now!
That's what I'm trying to do, driving?
It's Cooper. What is it in this now? What is it in this? Anderson's?
Saying it's a virus. Don't.
How do you know we're not sick?
They're saying it's mostly people in the city. That's why they got the highway blocked off. God. It's Jimmy's place.
Yeah, right there he said that's Jimmy's place. That would be weird. Adler's in the show? Alright, it's not, I don't know why I thought of it, but, Halloween started saying, oh man, I forget the family's name, but they did it in Scream as well, as like an Easter egg. But yeah, now this is Jimmy's. That is weird how they just mixed around some of the names.
The Adlers would take Nana into the city.
I think it's like the tire. Look like a tire. I like the plane crashing a lot. Just the idea that it flips the car. Maybe, but I don't know. That just so much looks like a movie thing that doesn't have real physics to it. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely could. I mean, shit, I don't know. Plane crashing's gonna be boom, you know?
Stay right there, don't move.
But I've seen video of planes going down, and it's always like this big ball of fire. I don't really see like large chunks shooting off like you do in movies. So Ellie, Ashley Johnson is playing Ellie's mom. I'll have to see how they connect that. On a meta level, that's awesome. Story level, I don't give a shit about her birth. She's not special at birth, so I'm curious how they do that.
I got you.
The fungus doesn't grow everywhere, Mr. Midnight.
My ankle.
We gotta get off the street!
Fungus needs a certain environment to grow, so that's probably how they get around fungus being everywhere.
Are you okay?
Do they really get trapped?
Okay?
That's one thing I wanted to see.
We gotta get off the street!
Yeah, why doesn't he just walk around here? Alright, I guess it gets pretty bad.
Tommy!
Oh, alright, the fire does rage.
Tommy! Head to the river, I'll find a way. Get
I'm fine with that. When on first viewing, I remembered to, you know, because it looked like Tommy could just go back there on first viewing, but they covered it. That's fine.
Okay. You don't look anywhere else.
I thought the kiss was stupid. The fungi kiss. What's next? The fungus fuck? You know? Come on. That's... I think my daughter busts out laughing at that moment. I know one moment she just giggled out of nowhere. I'm almost positive it was that. He just goes, time to fungal fuck you. This I don't like either. Hollywood's fucking stop doing this. Why does a zombie have to be a clumsy little fucking... Like, I don't know. I don't find that tension-filled. I find it silly as shit.
It's okay. You're safe.
Don't move. My daughter's hurt. Her ankle.
Stop right there.
Okay. Easy now. We're not sick.
I got 2 civilians by the river, one of them injured.
Ankle.
No, healing through cinema. I don't care what happens on the show in the gap. The game, yes, but show, no.
Hey, no one told you to move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're not sick.
Sir, we are not sick! I'm sorry.
Please don't. No. No, no, no.
Okay. You're okay. You're okay. Move your hand, baby. Move your hand. Oh, I know, baby. I know. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. You're okay. I know, baby. I know. I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay. All right. Baby, listen to me. I gotta get you up, okay? I gotta get you up. All right? You come on. I know, baby. No, I know. Tommy, help me!
Joe.
Come on, baby girl. I gotta get you up. Come on, get up. Come on, baby girl. Come on.
Years later. Why don't they just show the I thought they did, right? Just show 2023, yeah. I'm gonna have to pay close attention. Someone messaged me saying this girl, whatever, looked like Ellie more than the. Oh, I don't see it. Looks like a boy, actually. Now, to break down film though, because I see these comments like what was the point of the girl walking in? And here's where it gets tricky. The point of this child walking into the safe zone has two purposes. One, it bridges the gap between the past and the present. This is how they choose to introduce us to the quarantine zone. What it does is it flashes 20 years later, and then we're, in a location, and we follow this character to the establishing shot. Boom, here's what the world looks like now. So it's not necessarily, so that's the main purpose, is to follow the character to the establishing shot, and then bring us into the quarantine zone where Joel is at, and instead of just starting off in the quarantine. And the second purpose is she was supposed to end this episode before they changed it, where Joel dumps the child's body into the fire pit. And that would have been the original ending to this episode. I'm glad they changed it because I think that's real flat for a premiere episode. Now, some people brought up, and this is where maybe the writers got a little tunnel vision. They all have these devices where they can go beep beep and test if you're infected or not. So why doesn't he walk up to her? Beep beep. Oh, you're infected. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they changed it from the game where it's rare to have those devices, so they only have them in the quarantine zone. Well, why wouldn't somebody outside of it have it to scan people? Imagine your protocol is to bring an unknown entity into the zone and then determine if they're infected or not. So that's the idea, to use this child to show how cruel the world is, to set up the infection device, to show how cold Joel is, to introduce us to the world and the quarantine zone. But once my friend brought up the, no, did my friend mention this, or someone might have just mentioned, so many people talk about the show, I lose track of who said what, but once this popped up in my head and someone brought it up, now I think, like, that is radically retarded. Why wouldn't you have that device outside the zone for this guy to scan? Anyway. Here's Negan said, I also read that Druckmann wishes he would have the tendrils instead of the spores. That's so stupid. The spores is so much better in the game than the tendrils. Oh, it is a boy? Looked like a boy. Yeah, I say the same thing, go Mets. If Sarah was younger, the death would have hit harder. They cast her a couple years too old. Yeah, it's a rewatch.
We don't want you falling out of the chair. What's your name? Are you alone? And, how did you get this?
The little actor doing the death scene, I think she did a great job in a good amount of her scenes. Yeah, see what I mean? Why didn't they do that outside the zone? Get it over with.
What if I told you that after we gave you some medicine, we're gonna find you your favorite food to eat? Would you like that? And then we'll get you some new clothes and toys, as many as you want to play with.
Watermelon Jolly.
It's just a little needle. It's okay.
I quit smoking for a couple years now, so
you're safe.
A little bit of old bad habit. See, and that might explain why some of these scenes were a little slower, because on my first viewing, I was wondering why this is a nobody character for right now. I doubt she's going to show back up, but this scene felt so much slower than it should be. But if you think now that this was supposed to be the original ending, it kind of makes sense now. Because this was the final hurrah before credits rolled. I don't think they cut much out, actually. If this is 38 minutes into it, if they cut much out, probably only a couple minutes here and there of some filler shit.
Can't.
Why doesn't he have his bandana on either? Isn't that like protocol? Or maybe just for the smoke?
Then.
You got anything else?
Nothing today. Tomorrow we got street sweeping or sewer maintenance.
Which pays more?
That'd be the one with the shit. Lake crew, 4 p.m. start.
There's another thing too. Do you see all the people? That's something The Walking Dead has failed at for years now. Showing a big community and there's like 7 people in the shot, or like one establishing shot of like 20 people, if that. This feels lived in. Like they just did a whole panning scene of the town, the quarantine zone. I don't think we're going to be able to get the whole episode in tonight, though. It's good for a test. And once this is up, don't forget, give me your thoughts and opinions for if you guys want to continue these on the Patreon rewards, or which reward should it be. I was thinking about, because the minimum Patreon sign-up asked, or what did it do? I did a refresh of it and it requested or recommended a $3 minimum to start. That's how shitty the dollar is now.
3 months from Atlanta.
So I thought $3 opens it up, and then you get to vote, and then maybe you'll start the $5 one with viewing
pills and
streams. I don't know. I'm open to thoughts and opinions.
The harder it is to sleep, I guess.
Oh, you guess?
You want them or not?
The reviewers are saying, I saw 2 of them on Twitter that said 3 was the best episode of all of them. I found that shocking because Joel and Ellie aren't in it for half or 3/4 of it, you know?
4 of them on that shit.
And it's all Bill and Frank. And I loved Bill in the game, but it's different in the show.
For a reason. And they don't have any batteries. I know.
And I just
about 200 for the other guys.
I don't give a fuck about these characters that are in it for an episode and gone.
Deal.
So I'm just gonna be shocked if I feel the same way. But I love Bill's Town, so I'm ready for it.
Fucking Firefly's been blowing shit up all week. 2 of our guys got shot this morning. Boss has got us working doubles. Guys are jumpy and tired. It's easy to make a mistake in the dark. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too.
What do you want me to say, Tess?
I'm not asking you to say anything.
Sure.
I didn't like this
It's not
change
like
either.
I planned on ripping you off. I'm sorry.
Well, how about we just let it go? What else are you gonna do? You gonna keep me here? Kill me?
Tess, come on.
Then, Robert, what do you want?
I want you to forget this ever happened.
Done.
Don't do that.
What? It's just a truck battery. I paid you for it, you sold it to someone else, and you spend my money. I mean, you think I've never done shit like that?
My guys fucked you up.
Yeah, so discipline them. You cut off her finger or whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, they're your fucking guys.
What about your guy? Because when he sees you, I mean, put yourself in my shoes.
Like, he answers to me. So I give you my word that he won't hurt you. I'll tell him that I got jumped by some guys, and then you and I can just move the fuck on. Now your shit has pretty much ruined my week, and I'd like to go home and drink till my face stops hurting. So are we good?
Cool explosion. Just don't know how I feel about it. Again, because explosion is to end her meeting with Robert. Simple. Put an end to it in a more exciting way. But also, it kind of sets up the Fireflies. Because we're about to meet them, so it makes sense you want to set them up.
They're shooting at us!
On your knees!
Oh no, I'm not a firefly!
So this would be the intro to Ellie, right? First time you see Ellie. It is a bit lame compared to, you know, in the game she just kind of comes out of nowhere. She goes to stab Joel and it's like a, you know, what the fuck are you doing? Here it is a bit underwhelming. Just kind of chained up and pan up and there she is. I like this though. She kicks the tray.
Count slowly and clearly from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Slowly and clearly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck you.
And hold out your... State your name, slowly.
Veronica. Same as yesterday. And the day before. And the day before. And the... Hey, people are gonna come looking for me. People from Fedra, you hear me? Let me out or you're gonna pay, motherfuckers!
That's a bit cringy.
I'm not supposed to be here!
Hey, there's a line.
Tell Dad it's a girl. That would be good, right? He wanted a granddaughter. Love, Becca. End message. Read back. Correct. 73K Orlando out.
Nothing? Is there any chance it's coming in at night? You're sleeping, you miss it?
When I'm sleeping, Gabriella listens, or my son, the smart one, not the other one, God bless him. If Tommy responded, we'd know.
And you're talking to the tower?
Every day. They gave him your message, they haven't seen or heard from him since, and that's it. It hasn't been that long.
It's been 3 weeks.
I don't know how I feel either about the Tommy situation. Obviously, there is a chance for them to make it a little bit more complex, but in the game it was simple. They had a split, they broke off. He kind of knows where he is, but, not necessarily. And they just run into each other, coincidentally, like in the area, the right area, but not the spot itself was a happenstance. And it just fit so nice. In this one, it's like they split. There's a wedge between them, but they're in constant contact, or at least they were. It just has a different back and forth than I expected at first.
Sure,
watching
okay.
it, I was like, oh, all right, so they're not so distant. But later he's like, oh yeah, you turned my brother against me.
Show me where the tower is.
You can't be serious. Joel, it's in Wyoming. All this open country? You're a capable guy, but there are worse things than infected out there. I hear everything on this. There are raiders. There are slavers.
But you're sure Tommy's okay?
It's the Cody Tower. Q-bar 4, but I don't know exactly what... Next.
Shout out to all the women in Ronnie's chat. Love you, Ronnie. How's your day been? Juliet finally out of school for summer break. How's the kitty and dog go?
Summer break? Did you say summer break? We're not even close to summer break. Did I hear that right? AP, what are you, drunk? Yeah. Summer break isn't even close to starting. I don't know what kind of drinking you're doing, but and we all know that's AP, right? I don't know if I want to put a rug down. I was going to put a rug down to help even to further aid with the whatchamacallit? The echo, the sound. But did he mean for some break? He said summer break straight up, which that's not for a while, for a good while. Like, we're months away from summer break.
I got jumped by a couple guys.
What guys?
Just a couple teenagers. Said some shit. Probably shouldn't have. Come on, you know these guys born after the outbreak? Never learned how to argue. They start swinging. Fucking 19-year-old pieces of shit.
It's a miracle you're alive.
It's a miracle any of us are alive.
These aren't new.
No. I was in federal lockup.
This is a weird one. This is what I wanted to rewatch. Now, she tells Robert, I'll tell Joel that I got jumped by some guys. And obviously that's a lie. And then she comes and tells Joel I got jumped by some guys.
Mary, it doesn't matter. I need you to take a breath.
What?
Joel.
What?
The guys who jumped me were with Robert. He sold our battery to someone else.
So at first viewing, it sounds like she's gonna bullshit him. You know what I mean? But then she comes out with it, and I wonder why they wrote it like that. And I'm thinking, like, do they want to lead you into thinking she's gonna lie to him, but then she doesn't? It's just, for some reason, that's one thing that stood out to me as a weird way to do the dialogue.
Lost. And shit like this is gonna happen. Now we just shake it off, and we go get our cards back or the battery.
I need the battery, Tess.
Truck's no good without one, and if I don't get to Tommy soon, he's gonna die out there.
Okay, fuck it. We get our money back and the battery. But Joel, listen, Robert is terrified of you. So you march out of here all Clint Eastwood. He's gonna get wind of it and skip. I need you to take a breath.
Who'd he sell it to?
Don't know.
Well, where is he?
Don't know. Yet. But we're gonna find out quietly. Understand? No, I promised Robert that you wouldn't hurt him. But I would very much like for you to hurt him. So let's go hunt that motherfucker down and get our battery and our truck. And then we'll go find Tommy. All right?
Team in place at Southeast 3? I held them back. I have some questions. Makes more sense.
On
The team in place at Southeast 3?
reviewing the Marlene
I held them back.
and Ellie, I didn't know how I felt the first time. Well, I knew how I felt. I wasn't real happy about it. It felt clunky.
We've been blowing up meaningless.
And I thought,
fiber
well, maybe
targets
I'm just
spread out all over
attached
the
to how
QZ.
the game
2
did it.
weeks. We've already
But
lost.
I don't care how the
and
game
we're-
did it. That's not a part of the game where
What's the
I
point of
really
this?
give a shit. You know, Marlene and Ellie's
Is that your
connection.
question?
As long as it fits
That's
for the
one of them.
story, I don't give a fuck.
My
You know,
answer is
that's
to
one of
follow
those
fucking orders.
parts, you know?
And why do you have some random girl locked in a room?
Now when I
And the
rewatch
guys
it-
you have guarding her won't tell me shit.
I think it's
People are
lazy. It's
asking
one of the
what's
moments they
going on,
fumbled
and
hard.
I don't know what to tell them.
Tell them to follow fucking orders. You two, go to Southeast 3, now.
It's just, like, I don't know.
Kim, Marlene, we are in a war against a military dictatorship to restore democracy and freedom. Does that sound about right? Yes. Are we winning? Are we beating Fedra here? Are the Fireflies beating Fedra anywhere? Rebellion takes time. You fight for 20 years and you get nowhere, you're not a rebellion. Just spray paint.
We're not hitting Fedra all over the QZ.
We hit them here, 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 here. Where are we right now? I want Fedra everywhere but here. I want them as distracted as possible because tonight, every Firefly in Boston is going to gather in this building and we are going to leave the QZ permanently. We're quitting? No, we're taking that random girl locked in that room west.
From our guy in the radio tower in Salem.
I wonder if there's scenes cut in rewatching it as well. It is even worse, skipping the whole
Keep it quiet.
Fireflies all get killed, and because you hear it.
Whatever you need.
Every Firefly in the QZ is
Tex?
coming here, and then later we
she
see
needs
them
to
all
go.
dead. Robert's dead when they arrive. So they cut out this whole firefight, and when you watch it, and it goes from the planning to Joel finding them, it just feels like something is missing. It's like they ran out of time. That's how it feels, like they ran out of time and they were like, fuck it. It's hard to believe they legitimately thought, let's do it like this and it'll be smooth. Because it's anything but.
My friend? Don't worry, I don't want anything. But if you're feeling lost...
You tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
Well, I mean, it cost us a couple of cards, but we got him. He's supposedly taking the battery to a red-tagged building. But get this, corner of Stillman and Cross.
The one Miguel used to use.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I mean, we can take the subway tunnel under Haymarket, get into the building from below, and take Robert by surprise.
Pay this fucker back.
Good idea, soft batch. We gotta shut down in a couple minutes anyhow, so I'll see you.
Fuck her!
Yeah, with Tess in the game, it never occurred to us because we never saw Tess until she shows up. So whatever she says, could be anything. But the fact that we show up and Robert, is hiding from her leads us to believe that, as far as we know, Tess was telling Joel the truth. They were on the up and up. Because we don't have information to go on. Why they changed Tess so much, I don't know. The actor does a good job, but
Unlock me.
she just
Tell her
doesn't
we start with thank
come
you.
off as Tess.
For what?
For saving your life? I am the one who told him not to shoot you, if you recall.
Yeah, they cut out Tess executing Robert too. Like some of his decisions with that.
Why did you stop them?
We'll get to that.
I don't agree with that. Ranium raving revenge that Joel speaks too much compared to the game.
So, Veronica.
Because Joel isn't a stoic Daryl Dixon non-talking character, you know what I mean? He does speak.
Is it gonna happen?
No.
So can I go?
No.
I won't tell anyone about any of this. I swear.
Where are you gonna go? Back to Federal Military School? You that anxious to be a soldier?
You think I chose that place? They put me there when I was a baby. It's for orphans.
They didn't put you there. I did. Ellie.
You're my fucking mom or something?
I look like your mom?
No, you do not.
My name is Marlene. I'm the leader of the Fireflies in the Boston QZ.
Why would you terrorists dump me with Fedra?
Because it's where you'd be safest, and you were safe there until you decided to sneak out. A terrorist? Was Riley a terrorist?
Why won't you let me go?
Because you have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined. So we're leaving tonight, and we're taking you with us.
He's here.
5 minutes. What I'm about to tell you cannot be repeated to anyone. Because if you do, I assure you, you will die. Ready?
I don't remember that mega.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh, this is, I'll show you guys this. If this is what I think it is. If I ever, and I mean ever, win the friggin' lottery, the entrance to my, lounge room, anywhere that has like collectibles or a pool table, maybe like a movie theater, the entrance leading into it is going to have a wall with a life size. It'll look just like this. If I ever had, like, if you can design your own house, it would have this growth on it.
Oh, shit.
How freaking cool would that be? That would be freaking awesome. Right there. It would have that, Imagine having that leading to, I don't know, your game room or something, Or even one of the walls in your game room. I mean, that would be sick. I would hate to use up that much wall space for just like a wall in the room, unless it was near like the pool table. You know what I'm saying? Because you need space anyway to obviously play pool. But that's why I thought a hallway leading in, because then it's a hallway. You're traveling, so you're gonna see it. You know what I mean? Quite a bit, and it's a great showpiece. But that's the type of shit I would do if I had money to design like a friggin' fly ass house, because I see so many people do some stuff with houses, and sometimes I get so bored with it. It's like even when it's really nice, it's like generic nice. It's like the shit you'd see every day. But I rarely ever see, like, I'm sure there's people that do crazy shit, but you rarely see like just some wild shit going on. That would be epic.
This one's done.
That would be epic.
Yeah. I know, I wasn't expecting it.
Because even when she walks by it.
This one's done.
Like, look.
Yeah. I know,
that would be so cool. Look at that.
Think it
Imagine
wasn't
having
done the
that
last
wall
time?
there. Oh,
No.
man, look at it.
You think he came down after he was infected?
Man, that'd be so
Maybe
cool.
down here is where he was infected.
Guillermo del Toro. I think I've seen parts of his crib. Some of the people who've actually worked on films and stuff, they do have a lot of the movie memorabilia, and it looks amazing. I've seen some of that, but I've seen some where this guy I talked to in I forget if he was in China or
It's like they
Japan,
reframed the whole
but it might be
structure.
China. But
Probably
he
in the
has
80s. Everyone was cutting down on
his
apartment
office
sizes to
set
sell
up.
more
He deals
condos.
with import-export business, and his
construction
office
corner
is set up where it has all these like
How far up we going?
$5,000 statues from like Prime One
This
Studios and stuff. And it's like line of Predators and Batman, and it looks friggin' incredible.
opens into the
I'd be scared
hallway.
to get into that, because that's a lot of
fuck is
space,
gonna put
money.
piano in front of
You make one wrong move and break or shatter something,
You smell that?
it's a wrap. I want a life-size clicker in my house. Yeah, same. I have this that I friggin' love. I was considering selling it when I moved, because I really need to make space. But I just can't part with it. Up here that was a gift. It's like a clicker mask. But right here is, it's a Gaming Heads 1/4 scale female clicker. She's like running and like leaping midair. And the way it's done, it's so fucking cool, man. So I have that one clicker statue, and then I have a bust. It's only a small one. I got it on sale in between, a little after the first game came out. I think when they did the remaster, they did a special sale, and it was on the site for a while, so they discounted it a lot. And I remember now, if you buy it, it's like $200. It's insane. But the up here, if you don't notice, these are probably some of my most rare, and all they are is promotional material that used to go into the kiosk. When The Last of Us first came out, they had a PlayStation 3 kiosk, and I found one in the dumpster one time. I have the video on my channel, but it's the full kiosk. I used to have it in my old apartment, but it's just too much to lug around. And I kept this from it. These slide into the frame of the kiosk, and then you slide the backboard that would be like the poster, but it would be the background of the poster. And it was so friggin' cool. I wish I could have kept the whole thing. So you put them together, and there's a side panel that has images from the game, and then the logo, The Last of Us, right here. Some of that stuff I found at dumpster diving. So that's the stuff they give to GameStop to show off the game. And then when they're done, they just throw it away. And I loved rescuing some of that from the dumpster because it's some of the promotional material that looks so friggin' cool, and it just gets thrown out. It's crazy. Yeah, skipping this battery sale, it's so terrible.
Well, the battery's no good. You still tried to sell it. Twice. You greedy fuck.
Joel?
Marlene?
You okay? Ellie. Ellie.
Oh, shit.
No, it's okay. I'll be all right. You can't be stupid like this.
So this is who Robert screwed us over with? The Che Guevara of Boston? I mean, war must be going pretty shitty for you to be buying from scumbags like him.
Yeah, it kind of has been. The merch was bad, and he obviously didn't take fuck off for an answer.
Give me my knife.
What do you need a car battery for? Go.
Not at her. Pointed at me. And to answer your question, I need it for a better reason than you do. No offense, but Tommy's just one man. It's our business to know things.
To know things. You're the cause of it. You turned my own brother against me.
Okay, Joe. That was a lot of gunfire. Fedor's gonna be on the way. I know. We were gonna move Ellie out of the zone tonight, but we won't make it anywhere like this, not for a while anyway. So now I'm thinking you're gonna do it.
The hell we are.
them.
Let me take her.
Tess, we don't have time for this.
Oh, you don't have time?
Who is she?
To you, she's cargo.
We don't smuggle people. Sorry.
I can do it. Kim, you don't have a fucking ear on your fucking head, could you please?
Got her ear shot off or something, bit off, ripped
I
off.
know what's out there.
We don't know because we didn't get to see it because they thought it was a great
I don't
idea
have
to
a truck. I don't have a squadron.
skip it.
Fedor's 5 minutes away. What I do have is you, and I know what you're both capable of, for better or worse.
What are they capable of?
You get her there safely.
That was a good line.
Not just a battery, the whole thing. Fueled up truck, guns, supplies, all of it. I swear. I swear.
Asshole!
trust her? No, you need her. But she seems desperate.
Firefly vehicle usually means repurposed Fedra stuff. So better than decent chance making it to Tommy in one of those. The second we hand that kid over.
Y'all talk it through, but please remember that I'm bleeding out.
Okay, here's the deal. We'll get her to your crew at the State House, but before we hand her over, they give us everything that we want. If not, we kill her, there and then. Deal.
Really? That fast?
You are all that matters. My team will not jeopardize that. Remember what I told you? Now go get your backpack. Now, Ellie.
They just had to skip the firefight? Yeah, I watched it 3 times. It still doesn't make any sense why they skipped it.
Let's go.
Adabee said, did you end up ditching anything from your dumpster dive days during the move? I missed it. You mentioned it. Some stuff I had to get rid of, but a lot of stuff I sold because a lot of it, you know, people like. But there's boxes of, you know, game manuals, video games. I had boxes and boxes of just the discs, PlayStation 2, 3, Xbox 360. There was just so many. I had duplicates of like, you know, 70 different games. It was insane. So what I put out, anything for $1, but I just, it's not worth it to go through and see what's scratched, what's not. I mean, it's really not. So I sold a bunch, and then when I stopped doing the flea market, you know, to hustle, I just threw out a whole box. I think one went into a dumpster, or one went to the Sally's, the, you know, Salvation Army. The one that went to the dumpster, the Sally's, when I went back, didn't want the second one because they can't sell that shit either. People, you know, they pick.
Give us a minute.
And all the other low to no hype titles just get left there. Yeah, it's weird that they tone down the violence, but, and I said this in my after show, if you notice, it's all gun violence that's toned down, which is such a stupid reason to take it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I do have a lot of stuff left over, though, from Dumpster Dive days. Like, I have 2 tabletop or countertop displays for The Last of Us. I don't think I'll ever sell. Maybe one of them, but it's just rare to find this stuff. But you open it up and it has Joel and Ellie. It's like the mini poster, but it's kind of like that, but like a mini one.
So who's Bill and Frank?
It's like this big. And you open it up, and then it has
the radio's a smuggling code,
the
right?
logo, you know,
60s
and then
song,
you
they
set
don't
it
have
up.
anything
But
new. 70s, they got new stuff. What's 80s?
I had a lot of different stuff that I'm not gonna get rid of. Just smaller stuff like Assassin's Creed Steelbook.
I'm sure you'll
mainly
figure that
because I found cash in it. I still don't. I don't know how the hell someone left cash in it, but somebody took. This is crazy. This is a true story too. This wasn't like clickbait video. I found a Steelbook, and behind the manual was a bank envelope, and in the envelope was $40 cash. That means somebody put the $40 in there, either forgot or most likely they're crack, because my old neighborhood, a lot of drug addicts, their crackhead neighbor or roommate, stole their game and pawned it, not even realizing $40 was inside of it. How crazy is that? It gets worse. GameStop then takes the disc out, throws the Steelbook out because they have a really dumb. That's why GameStop sucks as a business. They throw out money because it's so franchised that everything has like a certain way to do it. So they have their own cases. So they get rid of a Steelbook, which nowadays they sell Steelbooks. Back then they threw them out. That's real. So they throw out the Steelbook. Inside the Steelbook was $40 cash. Everyone missed it, and I found it in a dumpster, and I collected Steelbooks. So I took it, and then I just happened to clean it up because I cleaned everything. I took the manual out. Behind it was 40 cash. You know, it was probably one of the coolest little mini finds that I had.
Wake me up before you go. Gotcha.
The Wake Me Up Before You Go was, I think, just showing that she cracked the code.
Listen.
Well, just in quarantine, that's what I said in one of my
Spot
recent
on the
videos.
Lancaster looks good.
A friend of
You
mine
got a
works in
jacket
the
in your
industry,
pack?
and
Yeah.
he
Okay,
said
get it.
he was catching
Time to
wind
go.
of a couple different things going on. But one of the biggest thing that's gonna, if they stick with it, is gonna make a wave is from now to the next couple years. It's going to be top down demanding that you limit gun violence or remove it or do something else. Even James Cameron was talking about removing gun violence from his movies. He said he regrets doing Terminator because of the gun violence, yada, yada, yada. This is so ridiculous, man. But that's something you're going to see more and more. Because again, from the top down, it's one of the newer agendas they're pushing out. So keep an eye out for it. You could sit there and be like, you're crazy, that ain't true. Alright, wait 3 years and come back and let's talk, you know?
Holy shit, I'm actually outside. Oh, shit.
That's, I don't know. I know of Sam Raimi's work, obviously, but I just never pay attention to his body of work overall to know how well he would do with this, you know? The visuals here are gorgeous, though. Well, I guess after this scene.
What the hell? Hey, don't move! Don't move! You gotta be shitting me. Okay, let's talk this out. Turn around.
Yeah,
Get
hold
on your
on.
fucking knees. Get on your fucking knees.
Hold on.
What'd I fucking tell you, man? I said stay the fuck home. Get on your knees.
Just get on your knees.
I don't believe that this guy calls backup
You let
either.
us do this run?
'Cause he does all
We'll
these
split the
deals
cards
with them,
between us.
Oh,
and
will
he's
you?
gonna risk
Yeah.
getting ratted
You're so
on.
blessed. Hands on your head, eyes forward. Hands on your head.
Joel can give him up. I don't buy this.
Really, man?
Yep, I'm doing this by the book.
Jesus Christ. All right, what about three-quarters?
And the thing coming here, this is the
Unauthorized
worst
exit.
moment in this
Hanging for
episode.
that.
Fine,
Ellie looks
everything
so
off of this run.
fucking
And half
retarded
off
in
on
this
all of the
moment.
pills.
Half off?
And they wanted her to like
All off.
later.
Risk
They
my
say
job
they
for half
wanted
off.
her
Out of your
to
fucking mind.
be activated and enjoy it. In the game, it's great because Ellie stabs him and then they kill them, and she's it fucks her up. And this shows her innocence, where she'll stab somebody, because she's trying to get out of this, and she has this naive view of tackling them, tying them up, and getting away. But she has like this unrealistic measure of violence, yet she still has this compassion and naivety. It's all layered in what Ellie does. She stabs him and then she gets freaked out and she's like, oh my God, I thought, you know what I mean? And in the show, she's like a mouth breather, like getting off on like, oh yeah, beat him to death. You know, it's like one of the worst scenes in this episode. I'm gonna show it to you. No, breathing, Ellie. Whoa! Yeah, here she's so fucking terrible. And we didn't need the flashback to Joel and Ellie. That's for idiot viewers. And it's a shame that people that actually appreciate the artistic integrity of movies and shows, it's a shame that we have to have it dumbed down because the idiot masses out there can't, understand the connection between the beginning with, or the middle, technically, with Joel and Sarah at the end of the military's weapon versus here with Joel, not even Ellie, but the concept of Joel with a person that he cares about, which is Tess, and Ellie's there, which later becomes a person he cares about. And they have to flash back because, again, the masses are stupid. Right here. I have to chop. Yeah, look at her. She's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is this? Look at this. What is this? Why would you leave that in there? Look at her. She's like, yeah. Break his face. Yes. Yes. Let me move this over. Yes. More. Yes. I don't know why they got her. And then yes, she's activated. Again, the actor's doing a good job with the acting. I think that directing the actor needed a little work because even though I still don't think she was a good fit for the casting just because of the charisma of the actor versus the character, the type of character she's playing. The visual look is off. It's simply somebody that's female, that's young enough, that can fit the role. That worked with HBO. They went with the laziest pick possible. But moreover, Ellie was very expressive, and that's not something that is the same as looks. Because you could get someone that I'll show you a picture. I even stunned myself. I shared a picture of someone that I found in 2 seconds just doing like a, whoa, what is that? This is cool. She makes custom figures. Oh, I know her. Well, I don't know her personally. I know of her. I followed some of her work years ago. She makes incredible stuff. Look at that clicker. Bro, I would pay her to make a clicker. That would be fucking incredible. She probably charges an arm and a leg, though, because that's amazing work. You guys can't see it. It's in my Discord. But that's an action figure clicker. That's incredible. I wonder if that's 6-inch. It's got to be. It looks like the body type for 6-inch. That is incredible. But anyhow, so I shared this picture of some girl that was doing TikTok, and people just said she looked like Ellie. And I was scrolling through my feed, and I scrolled down, and I was like, oh shit, that girl looks just like Ellie. It popped out of nowhere. And it's going to be hard to see. But when you look at this, like, that's a real person. It looks just like fucking Ellie in the game. The chances of her being a good actor, though, that's where it's rough. So I don't want them to cast someone that's not a good actor. But when I show you that image, that's Ellie, bro. Even quickly when I look over there, I'm like, holy shit. That's like a dead-on match for Ellie in the show. But I'll get a cleaner look. That's a real person. That's a girl on TikTok that just happens to look like Ellie. Imagine if they casted, let's say not her, but there's somebody out there that can act like a champ that looks like her or Ellie. That girl exists. Same thing for Joel. There's an actor out there that can act his ass off, and he looks and sounds so much like Joel. But they went with this the cheap way, And part of it I understand because they want to make sure they don't hire an undercover junkie, someone that can do a couple seasons and not, get strung out and die in a fucking hotel, bathroom somewhere. But on the flip side, I just feel like, man, take the chance. Get the casting perfect, not safe. Anyway, you guys say, don't know why they make her enjoy the violence in the show, probably to justify her. Yeah, but that doesn't count though. You know, having her right off the bat be turned on or activated by the violence, it doesn't make sense that they would justify, oh well, she's going to get uber violent in part 2, because it's the journey of everything they go through that changes Ellie from who she is in the game, and it works perfectly. It works wonderfully to show that progression of violence, and it hits more. Look at Ellie with David, you know, with the slavers and, you know, cannibals and hunters. Look at how she acts throughout all these, you know, violent situations, and that violence, it's almost suffocating. And then it bleeds into 2, where she's become so accustomed to the violence, almost enjoying it in a way of not necessarily enjoying it, but having no qualms about it. It's just so stupid, because people were right. In part 2, in episode 2, she's even more innocent. They like dial it back, and they have this more, and it works better with a more innocent Ellie. Ellie nutted watching Joel defend her. Sorry, he activated her. Okay, Truckman. Yeah, it's like activated. Oh, all right. It's such a weird way to put it. I don't know why I didn't make her enjoy it. Ellie uses does Ellie grow in the video game? Yeah, in part 2. I did the same thing watching the girlfriend. It's like they couldn't shoot 3 security guards like in the game, but beating his face into its baby is cool. Yeah, right? TikTok Ellie cosplayer does OnlyFans. No doubt she has any acting chops. It's like everyone does OnlyFans anymore. I would tell them, don't hire her then. Don't hire anyone. Get a serious actor. If you're doing OnlyFans, that's your life pretty much. Get all the money while you can, and then when you're old and no one loves you, you know what I mean? Deal with that when it comes. Just save your money. That way you can hopefully pay to have a guy around. Who does that figure? Been wanting one. No, that you have to pay to get that made, and you're probably gonna pay $1,000. I shit you not. Some of the good people that I talked to years ago, that not even years ago, but over the years, because I was learning how to do customs just so I can make a single Predator life size. I wanted to paint it. I was gonna buy the mold, but I wanted to paint it myself, because when you hire the professional painters to do it, you're talking $3,000 to $8,000. You know what I mean? And it looks lifelike. It's incredible. So, but when it comes to those, you know, really well made figures, you're gonna pay a few hundred, easy, without a doubt. Well, that's a 6-inch. So you're probably paying you're paying $1,000 for a 1/6 scale all day. You know, I think around $1,200 is like the going rate for a high quality. And it's incredible quality. That's a 12-inch. So let's say $500 for like a 6-inch, you know, high quality. Now this is a clicker, so there might be sculpting, and you don't have to deal with clothing. Clothing's a bit more expensive for different reasons, but sculpting, I don't know, that could be expensive. It depends on if it's a really skilled person doing it. They can sculpt it out probably a lot quicker, so I'm not really sure. But you're definitely paying a few hundred, without a doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if it was around 500. All right, let's go. Do you think they'll tone down the violence in part 3? Seems like Druckmann would be down to do something like that. This is tricky because they seem to have no problem with the violence. So I don't think so. And again, it's a game breaker. To tone down violence in Hollywood, you'll get away with it. But to tone down violence in a game, it's a game breaker. Because again, you have game mechanics. You can't control when the game player does it. You know what I mean? Unless you take it out, you know, which
Joe,
again breaks the game.
We gotta
move, Joe! They can cut down the cutscene violence for sure. And I think that would be pretty jarring if they did, and probably lose, you know, a good chunk of their fan base. Because that would go along with other bad choices they're making. Yeah, so this is the end here, and it looks amazing. It's friggin' beautiful. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, this shit looks awesome right here. Look at that. That looks friggin' awesome. But if you guys don't mind, give me thoughts and opinions on if you want this to continue. For I honestly, I don't think, I don't know. I don't think the we should continue these. But if you guys think so, let me know. There's a couple different versions of them. One is when I first start doing the Flaver Saw, I'm watching it and taking notes and putting it together. Another version would be once I do the audio, because I can't stream and do the audio because there's no way I can do that because obviously I'm recording audio. But once I record audio, then I go back and I'm actually editing it, so I can stream while I'm mid editing, and you guys can actually watch the edit go together. I think that's a little more fun, especially for people that like the behind the scenes of the editing process. And I think those are the two different ways to stream while I'm making a Flaver Saw. And they're gonna be rewards for the Patreon. I'll probably do some here and there, and we'll test it out. I don't think for a non-reward stream it's worth it though. I just don't think there's enough hype to do it. So I'll probably keep it around the $5 reward mark on the Patreon. And for the $3 reward, like I said, you're going to have the final vote. And if you just subscribe and if you're on the Flaver Saw channel, you can vote for the what the Patreon is going to pick to do the Flaver Saw. So, for example, I'm going to start doing votes for if we should do like the Batman, for example, around March when we're doing the Friday upload schedule. So I also have to go down the line and pick out other ones. So, but that's what I'm going to work on this week. And don't forget, Doomsday Kingdom, if you want to read, all the comics are available digital. You can go to Etsy. Issue 1 through 6 is available. You can load them up. Someone just actually bought all the issues right before I went on stream. And my physical copies are going to be here this Friday. Supposed to be. They haven't shipped them yet, so I can't wait for that. That's issue 5 and 6, so I can start shipping. This scene was so rushed and weird. Every major scene so far, the game has done it better, and so are the game actors. OnlyFans is for people who can't get laid or people who like to be objectified. To each his own. I say this even to close friends. I have no problem saying this. I've never given a single dollar, not even 50 cents, to anyone who has an OnlyFans. If you give money to anyone who has an OnlyFans, it's pathetic. Stop doing it. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. I just my whole message is keep your money. What are you giving these bimbos money for? And it's not even anything against like a woman getting naked. Who gives a shit? But why are you giving her your money? What kind of sucker are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of moron gives these women money for? What are you doing, bro? You know, keep your money. Do something with it in real life. Go to the gym, work out, stack that money, and take a real woman out or something. You know, like holy fuck, it's insane. I don't know. Not sure why every show has some weird song every episode. Yeah, they think it's like it's so the contrast is so out there. It clicks, you know. But no, sucks we didn't actually get to see any of the nighttime skyscraper stuff. I know, right? It's like they teased it here and then they just skip it in the next episode. Yeah, they announced less clicker encounters to make it scarier, but we'll see. I hate when they do that. There's a couple things that, like, for example, Jaws. You see Jaws, and it's awesome, right? But there's a buildup that makes it that there's a lot of tension there. It's very suspenseful having that buildup. But you get these idiot filmmakers that are like, yeah, you know, you don't see Jaws and it makes it super scary. So let's never show the monster except for 30 seconds at the end, and it'll make it even more valuable. You're a fuck up and you're wrong. You're flat out wrong. Having like Pennywise from It. If I make a Pennywise movie and I take him out of it except for 1 minute at the very end, is that going to be a good Pennywise movie? No, it's going to be dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Taking them away in certain scenes and moments and how you do it is what matters. But just simply taking them out doesn't make them scarier. It sucks, you know? Now, honestly, if you're fighting a clicker, and this is where the reality comes into play. If you're fighting a clicker every 10 minutes, then yes, you know, it's going to wear it down, but it does it in a way that is more repetitious than it does take away. Because if you do intense, scary scenes, you can capture that suspense and that scare, and you can have it linger if the scene is good and scary. But I hate when they do the reverse where, well, let's do 2 clickers all season and then it'll be super scary. Go fuck yourself, you stupid bitch. You don't even belong making any decisions. But on the flip side, again, don't make a clicker every 10 minutes, but don't take them out like crazy. No, Healing Through Cinema, you like them? I think after shows are better, watch parties. Well, yeah, after shows, this is a different thing compared to that. J Spot says, I can't wait for the woke shit to eat itself. Hopefully, money decides. Once we get more people to stop putting money for stupid shit, we're going to make it. March is a good time too, since it's a year since Batman came out. Yeah, the problem is I already have a schedule. In order to stick with a decent upload schedule, I can't just start doing stuff now because it takes so long to edit them. So February is already filled with Halloween. And if I do happen to do Last of Us Part 1, again, episode 1 is not the start of all of them. I'm going to put it out. And, you know, if it gets the same views that the movies do, I'm not doing Part 2. Not yet. I want to. I'm actually more excited to do episode 2 than I am episode 1. But I got to go with, playing around with what's going to really draw in more eyes. So I'll do 1. If it gets a good solid bump up, then I'll do 2 to help follow it. But if episode 1 does the same that a movie does, well, then I'll just float around for a newer movie that's going to get, like Scream 5 we're going to maybe do. And that's because Scream 6 is coming out. So there's a lot to try to juggle. But I am going to stick with the newer stuff to try to bring people in so we can get out some of the older stuff blended, a nice blend. Because I don't want to do only stuff made today. I would like to squeeze out some of the classics. The reason Jaws works is because the shark kept breaking and it was a real movie making. Jason says, thank you, Ronnie, for bashing the OnlyFans people. My respect for you has just skyrocketed even more. Well, I think maybe it's time for us men to just have a men moment. Even some, women that are, I don't know. I think it's more the men, though. Have some fucking self-respect. And I say this to try to help better your life. Think about it. If you take any money, if you're out there blowing money on OnlyFans, if you take that money and put it back into your life, it could do nothing but benefit your life. So that's a positive. That's a net positive overall. Anyone out there who, if you hear anything I'm saying and you give money to OnlyFans people, stop playing yourself. It's sad and pathetic. Put that money in your own life. You know what I mean? I can't. It blows my mind that anyone gives. I don't know. It blows my mind that anyone gives these people money. It does not make any sense at all. I don't like going into detail because it sounds vulgar. I mean, I mentioned it one time and it does sound vulgar, but I don't mean it how it sounds. But I'm not giving a woman money. If I'm not meeting them like that, and I don't mean it like a lady of the night. You know what I'm saying? But I mean it quite literally. Like if we're not going out, if we're not involved in any way that's leading towards some sort of companionship, it doesn't even have to be a long-term commitment. It could just be like testing it to see if we click. If we're not heading in that direction, I'm not investing $1, let alone, a lot of money. You guys are nuts. I wouldn't pay $5 for anyone's OnlyFans. I wouldn't pay not at all, not even close. I wouldn't give you $1. I wouldn't even open my wallet to consider it. Yeah, it just blows my mind that people do. I don't know. Put that money back in your life, bro. That is crazy. That is crazy. I do want to I don't know, maybe not interview, but I find it kind of fascinating because I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. Like, all right, so I'm sitting here, right? And let's say I'm being a little pathetic tonight, and I'm doing tough love. If you're out there spending money on these bitches, like tough love, uh, oh my god. All right, so what? I pull up OnlyFans, and then I'm like, okay, here's $10 or $5 or whatever, and then what? I get to scroll through your pictures, and then what? You know, I put the phone down while you get your back blown out by some other guy that you're dating. That's, you know what I mean? That's spending the money that I just gave you. What? Who enjoys that? What sad life enjoys that? Oh, here, woman, go and take my money and, go get your back blown out by your boyfriend, and then go take my money and go to the bar and have some drinks on me. Why? So you can scroll through some pictures? I guess it's just, no, I can't even, I was going to say, I guess it's because I'm older and I've been around the block and, been there, done that. And, so I've had experience, but then again, there's people that have experience, I imagine, that still give money to OnlyFans. It blows my mind. I don't know. I won't pay $1 to, nope. Not a chance. Not even on double coupon days. Hell no. I wouldn't even do a free trial. Bro, and that's the thing too is, and it's weird because I don't, you get a lot of people that are hypocrites, but I promise you, I'm telling you straight up, no bullshit. I wouldn't even pull my phone up to search even if I had a free trial. I don't even know how else to put that into context. And I think the reason is because who gives a shit? It's not like I'm pulling the phone up and I can scroll through and go, oh man, she's bad. Call her up and go hook up. That's not happening. So I don't even give a flying fuck. Like someone just said, whoever has an OnlyFans, I don't give a shit to go and look. Why? I'm not tapping that. What do I give a fuck? It's not like, ooh, let me see if she's my type. You get what I'm saying? No, I know she's not my type because she's not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think it breaks my brain that we have men out there that give away money for nothing, for literally nothing. You could go online right now and find all the nudes you want. Do you need to see a naked lady? Go on Twitter. I remember I searched for The Last of Us. When was it? When the remake? I think when the remake was about to drop, and I searched to see what people were saying, or I think it was when it dropped, and it was nothing but porn. Like, Last of Us porn. I was like, what is Twitter turning into? Yeah, I think it got better though, because I searched up Last of Us. I think it was for the show, and actual stuff showed up. So, but yeah, Twitter's not shy. If you need to see naked people, go to Twitter for free. Stop giving people money. Rather touch a pair of real baby bottle nipples. Same. I do that at Walmart. Yeah, I agree. I would far rather. This might be sad in its own right, but if you were like, here's $30, I would go to Target right now and get whatever NECA thing to put on display in a heartbeat. And the thought of OnlyFans wouldn't even cross my mind. There's no value in me looking at other naked women that I have no connection to whatsoever. It blows my mind that people even do that. Do you enjoy if a girl do you enjoy if a girl is into you sending you pics though? I find that way hotter. Well, that's a different ball game though. You're talking about working rounds as far as like leading towards some sort of interaction, like an actual one-on-one interaction. This is simply like paying for, if some chick was like, hey, I'm into you. First off, it'd have to be like, all right, am I into you? And then if we are, then it's like, if she's shooting them off, then, I'm not going to respect her in the morning, but I'll look. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking though. Don't take offense to that. I got OnlyFans once because I found out the hot neighbor girls growing up started one. Has to see those sweater yams. Oh man. I think there could be like a weird offspring of like, oh man, I had this crush, like my neighbor crush that you're talking about. She has an OnlyFans. Might as well take a peek. There's a couple of one-offs where it could be like, you blew $5, once in your life. Maybe. Outside of that, I would say keep your fucking money. I just don't. I don't get it. Twitter is Satan. It definitely is. My cousin accidentally sent a link to all of her Instagram followers to her OnlyFans. I was like, please don't do that. Yikes. Yeah, because think about it. Like, you're going to spend money on something that is yours. You can keep it, hang it up, view it, display it, sell it. You can resell it. When you give money to an OnlyFans, what are you doing? You're giving some random bimbo money to go out and live life beyond what you're living, because a lot of them are probably making far more money than you. So what are you giving them money for? I'm telling you what, just get yourself serviced, and then you'll be like, glad I didn't do that. I think it's pictures and vids, and I would assume, since money is involved, pictures, vids, calls, isn't it everything? Vids too. Can you do like face cam and all that or whatnot? Like live stream is what I mean. I don't care if it's vids either. Vids don't change a damn thing. I don't care if it's a one-on-one 20-minute FaceTime. If she's not here right now banging her head off this table, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to get grotesque, but my point stands is if there's not like an actual physical road to companionship, I don't give a shit. We went from Last of Us to OnlyFans. That's how we roll. Yeah, I'm targeting UAP. How did we get brought up in OnlyFans? I don't know how OnlyFans came up in conversation, but isn't Pornhub. I don't know if it's free. I know that's the most popular one. Every time we want to talk about Pornhub or Pornhub comes up in like memes and shit. I haven't been on Pornhub. I'm not a big porn fan at all. It's probably as a man, my interest is so low. It's probably freakishly low. I can't explain because men are lookers. You know what I mean? They like to look, but I just have this thing. If it's not attainable, if it's not realistically attainable, I don't give a shit. If I can't get it in real life, I don't give a fuck. Oh, it was me because I said Ellie Cosplayer does OnlyFans. Okay, so Wankstain started it about an Ellie Cosplayer. What about people who buy porn videos or spend money on Pornhub subscriptions? Well, I think if there's a limit, you know what? No, fuck them all. Go to there's free sites, bro. Go to a free site, you know. Let out your rage. What's the fucking saying? I don't know. Let out your rage and then save your money. Thirst makes people do stupid things. Yes, it really does. Because you have a child. Yeah, probably. The staying busy probably is a huge factor in how I am the way I am, though, to be honest. Well, I mean, we both said the word attainable, but Joey Jojo, I mean it in a different way. I mean, like, if the woman isn't here in my life, I don't care. If it's not attainable in that aspect, I don't care. I'm not talking about like the hello pizza delivery guy. Oh, is the printer or what did they used to say? Is the fax machine broken? Let me come fix it. Like, if it's not an actual woman that's attainable in my real life, I don't give a shit. Next Last of Us gameplay stream soon. I don't know. Maybe next Sunday. The rest of this week is tied up though. Tonight was my only night that I was like, all right, we'll try to stream and see how it goes. But I wanted to put together something for this. I mean, we're already 2.5 hours. This is way longer than I wanted to go, but I forgot this episode is extended. But I do have to get going. Now that I look at the time, I want to kick myself in my dick. Put that on OnlyFans. What do we do? Report. And let me think. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, as of right now, Sunday is it. Now there's a Friday for we're probably done with The Last of Us for now. Because Friday is Dead Space. So I'm trying to work in the morning on Friday so we can stream at night on Friday. Now it's going to be later, I think. I don't know yet. So we'll see when that happens. So help step bro, I'm stuck in the washer again. I agree. The only time I've ever paid for OnlyFans are friends I actually know and want to support them. I won't even do that. Maybe that might be going too far, but I won't even do that. I'd send them a card with $5, but I'm not even gonna pay for a friend's OnlyFans. I don't know. I just in my brain, if I'm not, I don't know how to put it. What's a clever way to put it? If I'm not tapping, I'm not tipping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to say it, but there's got to be a clever way to say it. But if I'm not spraying, I ain't paying. Oh, that's fucked up. That's super gross. That's super gross, but it's fucking hilarious. Where's that? We do what we want. Well, you could do all you want, but you're throwing away your money being a sucker. So enjoy that, I guess. All right, guys, take care. Remember, Doomsday Kingdom digital issues. We got physical issues I'm going to show off. Hopefully they'll get here at the end of the week. Dead Space, I'm trying for this Friday. It comes out probably later in the day. We got episode 3 of The Last of Us Sunday night at 10 o'clock, as well as this Friday is also Dawn of the Dead on the Flaw vs. All channel. If you can, if you're interested, we're 9 subscribers away from 500 subs. Our main goal is that 1,000, but I'll do a little celebration at 5 because at least it's a milestone. Also, if you can watch or if you want to rewatch any of the videos, we need 4,000. I forget viewing hours, watch hours, or something like that. So we're way far away from that goal. So the more people that can watch. If you've been putting off watching any, if you can watch them soonish, it'll help me out big time because we are way off from the watch hours. But I'm going to get going. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys this Friday, hopefully, for Dead Space. Take care, be safe, and stop giving these bimbos your dollars. AP.